One thing is, it's good for the nation's population. I'm just listing the benefits. Why brahmacharya? What is brahmacharya first? Brahman means the ultimate or the divine. Charya means the path. One who is on the path of the ultimate or one who is on the path of the divine is a brahmacharya. One who is on the path of the divine means see, after all, everybody is in search of joyfulness, isn't it? Knowingly or unknowingly. Yes or no? Because you could not find joy, you settled for pleasure. Pleasure is not joy. Pleasure is just a shadow of joy. It's beautiful, but it's very limited. Whenever you involve yourself in pleasure, if you want to have pleasure, you need something or somebody to have pleasure, isn't it? Yes? The deeper you go into pleasure, the deeper your bondage with this something or somebody. Yes? Suppose this something or somebody is taken away from you, you will be broken. Isn't it so? If you have a very deep involvement with pleasure, that something or somebody which gives you pleasure, if it's taken away from you, aren't you broken? So, your existence becomes that of huge bondage. Bondage is not something that any human being enjoys. There is something within you which is always wanting to be free from all bondage, isn't it? But if you become a pleasure seeker, naturally you're setting up limitations in such a pleasant way that you cannot transcend it. Unpleasant limitations, you can break them. Pleasant limitations, you cannot break them, isn't it? Lot of your shackles, you have gold-plated them and you're wearing them like ornaments, aren't you?
Yes.
Your limitations, you're celebrating your limitations. Once you start celebrating your limitations, then there is no way to become free of that. So brahmacharya means you're on the path of the divine. That means, first step towards that is you're joyful by your own nature. Whenever you're very happy, you're joyful, have you noticed you don't seem to need anything? Yes? On a particular day you're very happy. If you don't eat, if you don't sleep, it doesn't matter. Is that so? You're unhappy, then everything has to be perfect, you complain about everything in the world. Isn't it so? When you're really joyful, just see, it sets you free. When you're unhappy, everything is important, everything has to be in a particular way. For everything you will complain. Unhappy people are always complaining. Happy people are always easy to work with, easy to be with, because nothing matters when you're happy. Everything is flexible. Which is freedom? Joy is freedom or pleasure is freedom? Joy is obviously freedom, isn't it? So, you're seeing how to become joyful. If you seek it outside, you will invariably end up becoming a pleasure seeker. Anyway, the source of joy is within you. Whenever you were happy, did happiness happen from within you or did it rain upon you from outside? Always within you, isn't it? So if the source of happiness is within you, searching for it outside is quite a stupid thing. Yes? It is just that the source of happiness is within you, you are using an external stimulus to bring forth the joy in you. Or in other words, your joy is on push start. Shall we fix self-start on it? Don't want? If you put self-start on your joy, then you're a brahmacharya. Now, you're on the path of the divine. You're joyful by your own nature. Have all the brahmacharis here become like that? Maybe not, but that's the intention. They're working towards that. To work towards that, you need a certain space and time of your own, that you don't have other things to handle in your life. So, they have chosen a certain way of life. Now, yesterday we went up the mountain. Just carrying your own body weight and reaching there, many of you, your legs are trembling, isn't it? Suppose you want to carry 4 people on your shoulders and walk up the mountain, how many of you would make it? Most of you would not make it, isn't it? So that's why brahmacharya. Understand? You are planning to climb a big peak. If you had the strength to carry 10 people on your shoulders and walk, that would be fantastic. But we rarely find such people. It's better to walk alone. So they walk alone. Now, your problem is that by the time you became 14, your intelligence got hijacked by your hormones so much, you can't understand or you cannot accept how somebody can be free from it. Somebody can just sit here and be happy, they don't have to get married, they don't have to run behind the opposite sex, they don't have to do this or that. They're just happy doing simple things in their life, more joyful than you, more intense than you. So does it mean all of you should become a brahmachari? No, all of you should become a brahmachari internally. In terms of lifestyle, not necessarily. Brahmacharya does not mean just celibacy, okay? That is just one of the aspects that have been taken up as a supportive system to become a brahmachari. Brahmacharya means you are walking the path of the divine, that you are ecstatic by your own nature. You can be married and still be a brahmachari. It is possible. Because you are joyful by your own nature, you are not trying to extract joy from your husband or wife. You are joyful by your own nature. This is how it should be. The whole world should be brahmachari, isn't it? Everybody should be joyful by their own nature. If 2 people come together, it should be more a sharing of joy, not extracting joy from each other, isn't it? So those who have decided that they don't want to extract anything from anybody, they want to source their own inner joy, they have taken brahmacharya. And why a certain order has been set up? They have been taken up not just for their realization. If it's just their realization, we can take care of in so many ways. How many of you eaten mangoes? You eaten mangoes? You ate mangoes? No? How many of you have planted mango trees? Just 10 people have planted mango trees, but everybody has eaten mangoes. It's only because constantly in every generation, those 10 people are planting mango trees, everybody else is eating, isn't it? So, to carry on the spiritual path in its integrity, brahmacharis are needed. Brahmacharis means we are keeping them in such a way that their energies are loose, malleable, we can make anything out of them. Just anything out of them. I can combine 10 brahmacharis into one and make 10 brahmacharis into one huge human being, a huge force. We have kept their energies loose, no personality. Whichever way you bend, they will become that way. See, if we take analogies, you are like a pot, you are a karmic pot. A certain karmas, certain influences have molded you into a certain shape, yes? Now you become a certain type of person. With the process of living, when you were a child it was little more malleable, when you were a youth it got little rigid, by the time you're a full adult it's totally rigid. This is just… we can see the pot is slowly being burnt with the process of life. Now by the time you're reasonably old, it is totally rigid shape. If you do anything else with it, it'll break. See, now there's a burnt pot here. If you try to change the shape of this pot, it'll only break into pieces, isn't it? But when it was unburnt, very easily you could mold it into anything. You made 10 unburnt pots. Tomorrow if you don't like it, you can put all of them together and make one big pot, isn't it? Now, we are unburning people. We are unburning them into that state where they're very malleable. We can give them any shape, any form. So brahmacharis are working towards that. It's a huge sadhana. It is not just Like other systems in the world are doing this, just they take a vow of celibacy. This is not like that. There is a whole system of what they're doing with their energies. There is a whole lot of work that's being done internally. This is just a small part of it. What you see as they being unmarried is just a small part of it. The rest of it is very internal. And people who are willing to dedicate themselves for others' well-being are needed in the society. At any time, if there is nobody in the society who is thinking about others' well-being, that society is heading for ruin, definitely. That's what has happened to this society right now. There are very few people thinking of everybody's well-being. Others are all, what about me, what about me, what about me? If a certain percentage of people are thinking beyond their own well-being, only then a society will remain sane and stable. Otherwise, societies will just go for ruin. Is it not important? There are few people who are not thinking about their own well-being, their own life, they're seeing how to make it happen for somebody else. So brahmacharis are an investment for future, to keep spirituality in its pristine purity and to transmit it from generation to generation. A small core group of people are needed. Everybody need not take that thing, nor will we take everybody. Every year, hundreds of applications for brahmacharya comes. We just choose 8–10 people out of that, looking at various qualities and various possibilities. We don't take everybody who comes, because it's not necessary, nor can they be like that, nor can they put in the sadhana that is required or demanded out of them. Your personality has to become malleable and conscious, that you can mold yourself into any kind of pot. Is it not good to have that freedom? Yes. That's brahmacharya. For a joke? Any kind? In his previous life, Shankara Pillai was a very good man. After a brief illness, he died. Being a good man, naturally he went to heaven. When he went to heaven, the angels, the reception committee welcomed him, and then they opened his account book. There they keep accounts of everything, you know that. They turn pages, good deed, good deed, good deed, good deed. Cover to cover, only good deeds. Then there was little confusion among the angels. Then they came to Shankara Pillai and said, Mr. Pillai, there's a little problem. Shankara Pillai said, what is the problem? They said, see, we have various types of accommodation in heaven. One bad deed, highest level of heaven, seafront view. 2 bad deeds, next level. 3 bad deeds, next level. Like this, there are many levels of heaven. But no bad deed, there is no such accommodation here. Till now we have never received a man like you without a single bad deed. So we don't know what to do with you. Shankara Pillai said, what nonsense. I was such a good man in the world, nobody wanted to come anywhere near me. I just lived with the hope of going to heaven. Even here a problem? What kind of nonsense is this? Always I was told, being a good man, I can go to heaven. And then I do a good job of it, you have a problem. Then the angels met among themselves, had a discussion, and they said, don't you worry, Mr. Pillai, we have found a solution. We are giving you 3 hours extra life. Your body is still intact anyway. You go back, just commit 1 bad deed. We'll put you in the highest heaven, nothing lost. And lo, he became alive here. He sat up once again. He sat here thinking how to commit a bad deed. See, he's no practice, not like you, He's never committed one. So he sat there thinking. 1.5 hours passed away. Then he suddenly realized, there is a woman, well past her prime in the neighborhood, who's been casting inviting glances at him. He being a good man, he never looked that way. Now he thought, okay, adultery is a bad deed. So he went. He went to that lady's house and knocked on the door. She came and opened the door. Shankaran Pillai said, I want you. Why, Mr. Pillai, they told me just yesterday evening that you're on your deathbed. What is this? He said, it doesn't matter, I want you. He went in. Whatever he lacked in practice, he made it up with his enthusiasm to go to heaven. Nature took over, things happened. Now, he looked at his time, the watch is ticking away. He doesn't want to die in her house. He wants to go back home and die. So, he's leaving in a hurry. He said, I need to go. And he came to the door. The lady also came to see him off. As he was leaving, the woman said, Mr. Pillai, do you know what a good deed you have done for me today? One more good deed. If you're too good, you'll neither make it here nor there. Because your goodness is always coming in comparing yourself with somebody or something, isn't it? How do you certify yourself, I'm a good man? You look at this one, he's not okay, she's not okay, she's not okay, he's not okay. Compared to all these people, I am a good man, isn't it? If you want to be really good, you have to make everybody in the world not okay. Please see, those people who think they are very good in their minds, nobody is okay, isn't it so? Have you noticed this? If nobody is okay in the world, it is not a question of goodness, it just means you're sick in your head. That's what it means. Yes or no? If nobody in the world is okay, what does it mean? One of the things that your psychiatrist or psychologist will tell you is, if you start thinking everybody is not okay, that means you're heading for insanity. Yes? Because it is madness. And your goodness is just a kind of madness. Maybe it's needed to keep some balance in the society sometimes, but not for your evolution. Your morality will not evolve you. If you begin to recognize life as life, then you will see, as life you respond to life and you don't need morals. You know how to be. You will never cross any lines because there are no lines, but at the same time, you are simply incapable of doing anything harmful, that's all. You're not holding back, you're not controlling, because somebody told you this is the way you must be, you should not do that, you should not do this. The very way you are, there is no question of harm. It doesn't exist in you. Effortlessly, you can be good. Right now, with great difficulty, you're being good. And if you're too good, even in heaven, they will reject you.
I have a question from our recent past, which is, why do our heads not face when we're lying down? It's like the monkeys, it's been staying on this thing.
You accept the evolutionary process the way it is. So why shouldn't you put your head to the north? Suppose, there's a North Pole and a South Pole. This means these are the magnetic centers. And you also know the whole land masses, whole continents have been slowly being pulled towards the north. They've been traveling. You know this? But at least, geologically, the whole land masses have been traveling. Why the Himalayas is whatever we are seeing, the Himalayan mountain ranges, that Manasarovar, you will find seashells in Manasarovar because at some point it was at mean sea level. Today, it is at 15,600 feet. So what transported this lake bed, which was at sea level, to this place is the whole Indian subcontinent is crashing into the Central Asian plate. And this is why the Himalayan mountains are still continuing to grow. This is just piling up, it's just a crash. You've seen cars piling up? Just like that. India is crashing. Every year, India is losing about 1.23 centimeters or so. I'm not perfect on the number, it's somewhere in that range. Every year, India is losing about 1.23 centimeters or something because it's crashing into the Himalayan range and it's piling up. Because the magnetic pull of the North Pole is slowly pulling all the land masses upward. So such a huge magnetic pull where the continents are moving up, that kind of magnetic pull is constantly in enforcement across the globe. Suppose you had a little bit of anemia, if you went to your doctor, what does he prescribe for you? So it seems to be like it's an important ingredient of your blood, yes? So if iron is floating around in your blood, and if I put a very powerful magnet to the top of your head, it is possible that slowly blood may start moving in that direction, isn't it? Let's say if it's a very, very powerful magnet, start slowly pulling it up because there is elements of iron in the blood. Your body is designed like this, that your heart, which is the pumping station of the circulatory system, is 3/4 of the way up, not halfway down, because it is difficult to pump against gravity, easier to pump towards gravity, so it's placed here. Generally, all the pipes that are flowing down are larger ones, what is going up are much finer ones. As it goes up here, they're almost hair-like. So minute that the circulatory system in your brain is such that if one extra drop enters there, hemorrhages will happen. People have strokes. So now you were like this, now you went like this. Already there is a little bit of imbalance in the system because heart was pumping, calculating the gravitational resistance. Now suddenly there's no gravitational resistance, you became like this and now you put your head towards the north. Slowly it gets pulled towards your brain. So one thing that could happen to you is you could have disturbed sleep. You head to the north and sleep, you could have disturbed sleep, all kinds of dreams happening. If you are in your old age, it is possible that you can have a stroke or you could just die in your sleep. Very much possible. Not that if you sleep one day you will fall dead. Every day, every day, every day, if your bed is arranged that way, that every day you are sleeping, put your head to the north, you are asking for trouble. Some kind of trouble, we do not know what kind of trouble you will get, that depends on the strength of your system. If it is weak, very weak, you may fall dead, or you may get a stroke, or you may just get disturbed sleep, you may just have nightmares, or during the day you act funny. So many things will happen because excess circulation is happening in the brain when it should not be happening, simply because you put your head to the north. So in case you go to South America, then you should not put your head to the south. If you went to Australia, you should not put your head to the south. You can put it to the north, out there. In the northern hemisphere, you do not put your head to the north.
Wake up.
You can spin like a needle. East is best. Northeast is okay. West is all right. South, if you must. North, no. The work of a guru is an uninteresting job. It's like taking you on a tour of the projection room. You can control the cinema the way you want it. You can retire and watch the movie. The sun neither rises nor sets, but what a glorious deception. So from small things to big things, from the littlest of things in our lives to the largest things that you perceive, that is a series of deceptions. To be able to see the deception from backstage. If you've ever been in the theater, even the cinema theater, the drama is all real, what's happening there. But it's just one light bulb and two wheels spinning. You go to the projection room and see, it's just one light bulb and two wheels spinning, that's all. So much drama. Love will happen, war will happen, fight will happen, peace will happen. Even enlightenment may happen. But it's just a light bulb and two wheels. You're a little more real because this is a play of five elements. It is not about one who does not enjoy the play or the cinema is a fool. But one who gets caught up in the play or a cinema is a much bigger fool. One who manages to enjoy the play to the hilt and still never ever is entangled with the process, who understands that it starts with advertisement and closes with the titles. Have you seen the titles in the cemetery? All the actors who have been till now. If you do not understand, it's just a play in between. If you get caught up with the play, that is when so many things which are not real becomes real. And what is absolutely real will be completely lost. So, the work of a guru is an uninteresting job. It's not like taking you to the movies. It's like taking you on a tour of the projection room. But I promise you, if you behave, I'll take you to the movies. So, why should we destroy the beauty of the movie? By going into the projection room and see that there are no brave men there, There are no beautiful women there. There is no great drama there, just two wheels and a light bulb. Why should one destroy the beauty of the cinema by going and visiting the projection room? If the cinema was about some other actors, it wouldn't be necessary, we could just enjoy the movie. But the problem is, you have a role to play. It's best to know that it is just two wheels spinning and a light bulb. It was just other actors playing and you could just sit in your chair and watch and pop the corn. Then we could just ignore the projection room, just enjoy the movie, who the hell cares how it comes. But now you have a role to play and you're not holding the hand of the director. If a director does not hold the hand of an actor, even the stars, the very well-known stars will be a complete mess. So it doesn't matter how brilliant you are, how capable you are, if you don't hold the hand of the Creator, your life will be a complete mess. It doesn't matter, if you're successful, it'll be one kind of mess. If you're a failure, it'll be another kind of mess. If you know how to play the game, if you know how to play your role, and still you're conscious of the mechanics of the projection room, then you can control the cinema the way you want it. If you hold the hand of the director, then it can be a wonderful experience. And above all, you can retire and watch the movie.
Namaskar, Sadhguru. I'm a 20-year-old university student.
I'm sorry?
I'm a 20-year-old university student studying to live a life of truth, involvement, fulfillment. How should I and people my age balance the inner life with the outer world? Be it going to med school, getting a professional career, or spending more time with the ashram?
See, all of us have to live in this universe. No choice about it right now. But university is a choice. And that's why you're asking this question. How much time? Education is of value to do certain things. But what should we be doing as individual human beings, as a generation of people? What should we be doing in our lives? What I would say is, as a young man, I want to open your eyes and look at the world. Right now, please see, what is the most needed thing in the world right now? You don't do some fanciful thing that you like to do. You must do what's most needed, isn't it? Isn't it so? If you get carried away by situations, people become like this, it's useful but it is not the basic thing. Today you saw a train burning, so you want to become a firefighter. Tomorrow you saw something, you want to become that. In reaction, in emotional reaction, you choose to become something. It could be useful on some level. But now, when most young people cannot think, you're thinking, what should I do with my life? When such a thought has come, I would say spend little more time on it. Not being influenced by anybody or anything, simply look at it. What is it that the humanity needs most? What is it that the world needs most today? I want you to recognize that. The only thing that needs to be fixed on this planet is human beings. Everything else is fine, isn't it so? So, I would say, all young people, not just you, must take a break from what you're doing. Just caught up, because you did school, you went to a college, because you did college, you went to the next thing and the next thing, and you end up with a PhD. What to do? It's dangerous, because the education scientists are saying if you go through 20 years of formal education and land up with a PhD or something, 70% of your intelligence is irrevocably destroyed. Yes, you become a very knowledgeable idiot. And today knowledge has no use because whatever a PhD holder knows, a high school kid can open the internet and talk the same language. You can't even look smart anymore with what you collected, isn't it? Because just about anybody will talk these things because it's all over the place. So are you preparing for a university or the universe? That's where you have to live, unless you want to become an academic. I'm not saying these things are wrong, but human beings, sensible human beings must invest their life towards what is needed most, isn't it? Not some fanciful thing that I want to do or you want to do. You can do whatever, joyfully or miserably, isn't it? And just because today you think, by doing this I will be happy, if you go, don't ever think you will stay happy by doing that after some time. Everybody, when they got their first job, what a beautiful day it was. You went to this mangy little office, sat there and wow, how it felt. But after a few years, sitting behind the same table, it's taking your life. The same job, the same marriage, the same situations, they're taking your life. At one day it looked like heaven, after some time it looks like hell, isn't it? Not because there's something wrong with those jobs, simply because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're just doing it for the wrong reasons, that's all. Now that you're thinking, I would say take a few weeks off. We're willing to give you the space. Just stay uninfluenced by anybody, just look at it. There are many things you will want to do right now because of immediate compulsions. You're broke right now, you think the first thing is to find a job. Or some other compulsion within you, you think the first thing is to do this. Beside your compulsions, suppose you had none of these compulsions, what would you like to do with life? That's what you should do. You should not decide your life and the course of your life based on immediate compulsions. You decide in your life, if you do this for 100 years and look back, after 100 years if you look back, is it still worthwhile? You do that. There are many others who would like to be you. Oh, I wish I was 20 and I wish I could think what to do at that time I did something. There are any number of people here. Now that you're 20 and you're fortunate that you're thinking and it's fortunate that you're here, it's time you think straight before you do anything.
Look, I have to congratulate you. You made it through a deep, unfiltered video. That takes attention, openness, and courage. So leave your city in the comments, or share a quote that stuck with you. If you feel this could help someone, send it their way. Thank you, Big Hug, and until next time.